Well folks, welcome to a down and dirty video. Today we're going to be looking just real quick at this new Gen 2 version of the Vanquest Trident-20. Now we did a really in-depth review of their original pack, the Trident-20. This is again the Gen 2. And that's what I love about Vanquest, is that they take their very solid designs that they have, but they're always willing to not only go back to the drawing board, tweak little things here and there, listen to the customer, say, hey, how can we even make this item even better? And that's what I love about the company, and Vanquest does that with a lot of their gear on a regular basis, and that's what they've done with this Trident-20 design. So in this video, we're just gonna kind of hit the basic specs real fast for you, as well as talk through the new redesigned features. If you want a really in-depth video, you can check out our original review on the original Trident-20 as we talk through that one. I'll have a link in the description below to that review. But I also want to run in the Falconer 27. We reviewed that a few months ago, and want to show you what that pack has to do in comparison to the Trident-20. So you're gonna get a lot in this video in a short amount of time. And since now having a few months on this pack, and not only trail time, but town time around town, I just loved using and carrying the bag. So with that folks, let's go ahead, get to it, check out the new redesigned features on the Trident-20 Gen 2. So one of the main changes to the pack is that they made it 1/2 inch wider, and by doing so, they have now made it technically a 21 liter pack. That's the overall volume that you're gonna see here, versus the original was 20 liters. So something to note there, they've done that because they want it to make it easier for you to fit your 15-inch laptops in the laptop compartment. So they made it a little bit wider. So just the basic dimensions though for us is that we're looking at 18 inches high from top to bottom, 11 inches wide from side to side, and then we're looking at 9 inches deep overall. This pack is also 1000 denier Cadora nylon, or their camo versions are 500 denier. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. And you're looking at YKK zippers, great stitching, just very, very heavy duty and very well built pack. So on each side of the pack is going to be stages of Moll. On this side I have a small Vanquest fat pack, love that setup. And then on the other, you're going to get not only the Moll compatibility that you see here, but you're going to get a secondary sleeve. I have a monopod in there, and then an organizer pouch. So you can get lots of organization in there, pens, pencils. You could do a little mini survival kit or EDC kit inside the bag itself, and it's on the outside, so it's really easy to get access to. One of the aspects that makes this pack just so well designed is the way that they set up the zippers and Moll. So I can have this medical pouch here on the side of the bag, but the zipper bypasses it perfectly, going all the way down, and then I can get into the lower half of the pack, get a water bottle, fix my bladder if I have other organization down there, and then I could even zip this up so I just have access to that lower location, or I can just close that panel, zip it back up to a higher location, and just get into the upper portion of the bag, which is super nice. And with that, a secondary new feature that they've offered is their panel dividers. This is a little divider right here. There's a huge panel of Velcro here and a huge panel of Velcro here. So it makes a secondary compartment. So I can rest heavier gear at the top near my shoulders, put lighter gear near the bottom, or divide water bottles and technology, and do whatever I need to. They've made these pads larger so that it is easier to stabilize your gear, put it into place, and again, it's floating above the rest of my gear. Along with the PALS webbing or Moll on the sides, they do now have this small 3-stage panel right here of their Moll Air System. So it's thinner, but still has great durability, and it's Velcroed, so you can put lots of your morale patches along there as well, and are in line with the larger Moll on the top and bottom. So they just cut down on a little bit of weight, gave you some more Velcro, and gave you a little more attachment capability over the old design. So one of the great new aspects of the Trident Gen 2 is that they've thickened out the shoulder straps, which I really like. It's noticeable. I can tell it from the last version. It's a little bit more breathable. It's easier for me to carry heavier loads with this pack. So I really like that aspect of it. And just the layout, it's curved very nicely. They got the quick release tabs, so if I did need to dump this bag real fast, I could do that. The sternum strap has a lot of track for me, and I'm a pretty big guy at 6'2", about 215, 220. I have a lot of track there to be able to do that. I got an emergency whistle That's always an added bonus. You know, good lashing points, not only for, you know, knives and, you know, walkie-talkies and multi-tools, but also to just run your hoses for your water bladders through. Love that aspect as well. And then the belly strap, even though it goes right at my belly button right here, you know, and I always like to have that more around my hips. That's always a preference of mine, but it rides rather low, just above my waist, which is good in the sense of dimensions, and it is a nice wide thick belt that I can remove if I don't want to use that, if I find that it's kind of in the way and clunky, particularly around town. You don't really need it. Maybe when you're hiking you can do that. All right folks, so let's go ahead and talk about the price here real quick on the pack. Now what we're looking at is a price difference just depending on the color combinations. It goes anywhere from $155 to $165. The solid colors with the 1000 denier Cadora nylon, those are going to run you about $155. If you want the 500 denier lighter weight camo colored versions, then you'll pay the $165 over on the Vanquest website. We'll have links to Vanquest as well as to Amazon so that you guys can go ahead and check these packs out. For that price, I think it's right down the center, you know, of the market for the quality, the design and layout features, fantastic. And really, you know, I've been reviewing Vanquest products for quite a while, and they make some, the quality, the durability on the clips, the buckles, the nylon, the stitching is very noticeable in comparison to even other high quality products and other companies. So as I said, we'll compare it to the Falconer that we have reviewed, 27, obviously 21 liters, 27 liters, the name kind of gives it away, so you are getting more capacity with the Falconer. The price points are going to be about $30 difference. You're looking at, again, $155 for the solid colors on the Trident, and you're looking at $185 for the Falconer for the solid colors. So that is because of just the size, capacity, and some of the added features that they put in the Falconer over the Trident. Now dimensionally, you're going to get a ½ inch taller, so this is 18.5 inches for the Falconer, and it's going to be 1 inch deeper at 10 inches on the depth. And that's really what I see as one of the main differences. The weight kind of goes backwards, whereas the weight is a little more widespread side to side on the Trident, and the Falconer again front to back on the width. And then there are multiple pockets, and where the Trident can only be opened kind of 3/4 of the way, as we see right here. Whereas the Falconer has, for their two main compartments, where there's only one main compartment on the Trident, it's a total clamshell design, as you can see there, so you can totally open the pack. That's a positive or negative depending on how you plan on deploying the pack in your system. So I just want to kind of run that in so that that's some of the main differences with these two packs when you're deciding between the two. So folks, now it's time for our 2 for 2. That's where I share with you the 2 things that I wish would be improved upon in the design in a gear item, and then what are the 2 things that I absolutely love about this particular item. So we'll go with negative first, because I like to get that out of the way so I can talk about the positive. So the 2 down things, or things I would like to see different, is first off, the 500 denier nylon versions are only in camo pattern. I love 500 denier for my usage, and probably for 90% of you. The lighter weight and the little bit more flexibility in the pack usually is a benefit, and I always look for that. I'm always looking to cut down on my ounces and weight, and 500 denier Cadora nylon is still very tough and very durable. But I like a lot of the solid colors like wolf gray, black, you know, and maybe that I don't want to go with multicam or the, you know, multicam black camo that they have, even though those colors are cool. Depending on my layout, depending on the rest of my gear, then I have to go with the 1000 denier, and I'm kind of stuck in that frame. So either to offer 500 denier for the whole line, or to just make the whole line 500 regardless, I think would be awesome to see in the future. That's something that is just kind of nitpicking, again, that I got to find, but I would love to see that change and a little bit different in the future. Now the second aspect is water carrying. It's awesome that it has a bladder, that's great. Again, I could carry water in the body of the pack itself, but I like to, and it's a big thing that I look for, carry Nalgene's and stuff on the outside of my pack, particularly if this is designed as kind of a supposed more urban pack for around town, and that type of idea. Then with this bag, I'm probably, if I'm going to the office, not gonna be rocking a bladder more likely. If I'm out in the woods, definitely. But to either have already installed a water bottle pouch that's maybe collapsible, cinch down when I don't want it, you know, or I'm not going to use it, that would be awesome. Or just to have that as a capability to purchase from Vanquest of having a water bottle sleeve that then I could carry my water on the outside of the pack, particularly if I'm carrying electronics in here like a laptop, a work laptop. I would not want that riding right up against only having a little bit of cloth in between the bladder and then my my electronics. So that's something to consider, and that's something I would love to see different in the future. The two awesome parts is I love all the upgrades. I think that every single part of the upgrade was absolutely needed. I like particularly the thicker pads. The second aspect is the dividing panels. I use those a lot. When I carry this, I've got the dividing panel up at the top so I can put my camera gear on the top, easy access. Then I can carry either water or other gear down below. Well, folks, there you have it. I really hope that this video is just showing you what the new redesigns are, whether or not that's gonna really meet a need. If you already own the old version of the Trident and you're like, maybe I need to upgrade, hopefully this video is pointing you in the right direction on whether or not you need to upgrade. And then for those of you who are just in the market for a good assault pack design and style of bag, that is great, I think, for either dimension. If you want to just carry it as mostly around town, you know, pack, I think it'll do great with that, having some of the new redesigns for the laptop and those type of things. Or if you are looking for more of an outdoor hiking pack and you just like this type of style, I love it for that as well. And I think it's a great balance of the two. You can kind of get a 2-for-1 in the design and the layout of the Trident-20 Gen 2. So as always, thank you so much, guys. Check us out on all the relevant social media. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. And as always, remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.